Elijah. Elijah.
Are you ready to be seen?
What is heaven like?
It's the place where fear has no name.
Have you ever feared that heaven might be boring? A place of endless clouds, soft harps, and far-off hymns. A place where time stretches on and on, quiet, pale, unchanging. A place where, strangely enough, you're not quite sure you'd want to stay forever. I used to think that too, until I listened to a whisper, a promise spoken by a dying man to another even closer to death. Today, you will be with me in paradise. The man who spoke was Jesus, and the one who heard him was a thief, a broken, guilty soul who in his final hour believed. No good deeds, no chance to fix his life, just one honest cry, "Remember me." And heaven answered. This is where eternity begins, not with perfection earned, but with mercy given, not with boredom, but with beauty. Paradise is not a waiting room. It is the unveiling of glory. It is the moment when every veil is lifted, every ache is mended, and every question finally meets the face behind it all. In Luke 23:43, Jesus doesn't say, "You will rest someday." He says, "Today, right now, right here." Eternal life is not just duration, it is dimension. Imagine waking up not to the fading echoes of this world, but to a deeper light, a deeper sound, a deeper presence. Not floating aimlessly in the clouds, but standing on a renewed earth, eyes wide open, breath full of wonder. The scriptures do not promise boredom, they promise glory. In 1 Corinthians 2:9 it is written, "No eye has seen, no ear has heard, no heart has imagined what God has prepared for those who love him." So why do we reduce heaven to a cliché? Why do we think the God who painted galaxies, who crafted music and oceans and laughter, would prepare for us a place so dull it could not hold our attention? Heaven is not the end. It is the beginning of beginnings. It is not retirement, it is rebirth. Have you ever stood at the edge of something vast, a mountaintop, a wide field, the open sea? That feeling of stillness, of smallness, of being caught up in something greater than yourself. That is just a whisper of what eternity feels like. Except, you'll never have to come back down the mountain. You'll never leave the shore. The awe will never fade. The thief on the cross had no time left to fix his life. But Jesus gave him eternity, not because he was worthy, but because heaven is a gift. A gift you can't earn. A gift you can only receive. And so we begin our journey not with a map, but with an invitation. Heaven is not far off. It draws near when we believe. So I ask you, when you think of heaven, what do you see? Clouds, silence, or something wilder, truer, more alive than anything you've ever known? This isn't just a story. This is your soul's home. And we've only just begun. Heaven is not the end of your story. It is where your real story begins. Here on earth we live between shadows. Birth and death, joy and sorrow, light that flickers, then fades. But in heaven, there is no dusk, only dawn. Think of a garden, untouched by thorns. Think of a song, never interrupted. Think of a breath that never runs out. Now imagine, that's your first morning in eternity. You rise not tired, not aged, but whole. You walk not limping, not rushed, but light. You laugh not forced, not fleeting, but full. In the Gospels, there's a moment when the veil between heaven and earth thins. A mountain, a blinding light, and 3 disciples standing still. It's the Transfiguration. Jesus radiant with glory, his face like the sun, his robe white as light, and beside him, Moses and Elijah. 2 men from long ago, still alive, still speaking, still shining. It's a glimpse, just a glimpse of what awaits. Matthew 17:2-3. And Peter says in awe, Lord, it is good for us to be here. That will be your first thought in heaven. It is good to be here. No regrets, no fear, just goodness, pure and overwhelming. Every cell in your body will know this is what I was made for. Not to fade, not to flee, but to live. Forever. You are not created for endings. You are created for communion. And communion is eternal. With God, with those you love, with creation itself. The ache you've felt your whole life, that restless yearning, that whisper of more, it will finally be answered. And you will wonder how you ever thought heaven could be dull. Even now, this longing isn't empty, it's holy. Ecclesiastes 3:11 says he has set eternity in the human heart. You feel it because it's real. You dream it because it's promised. You long for it because heaven is your home. And no one forgets the scent of home. So if you're weary, if this life feels like a desert, remember, heaven is not your escape. It is your return. Return to joy. Return to peace. Return to the one who made you. This is not wishful thinking. This is truth. Truth wrapped in glory. Jesus did not rise so that you would float in clouds. He rose so that you would walk again in a garden, like Eden, but restored. And the story will not begin with, once upon a time. It will begin with, well done. Enter into the joy of your Lord. Matthew 25:23. Heaven is not distance, it is closeness. Not stillness, but singing. Not sleep, but sunrise. So don't just wait for heaven. Live like it's real, because it is. And it's closer than you think. Imagine this. You walk beside a lion, its golden mane brushed by the wind, and it doesn't roar. It purrs. A wolf rests by a lamb, not with hunger, but with peace. A cheetah runs beside you, not in pursuit, but in play. No fear, no fight, just awe. This is not fantasy. It is prophecy. Isaiah 11:6 declares, "The wolf will live with the lamb. The leopard will lie down with the goat, the calf and the lion and the yearling together. And a little child will lead them." Heaven will not be sterile or silent. It will be wild with wonder, a world teeming with life, but without harm. No snarling teeth, no hidden claws, only joy. Can you picture it? Your hand resting gently on the mane of a lion. Your feet sinking into grass that sings. Your laughter echoing with the birds above. Creation restored, fear gone. But this was always the plan. From the very beginning, we were not meant to fear animals. We were meant to name them. To walk among them as friends, not masters. To dwell in Eden, not as rulers of beasts, but as brothers and sisters in a living world. And when the flood came, when the earth was washed and the sky wept, God gave us a sign. A bow in the sky, not a weapon. A promise. Never again would destruction reign. Never again would the earth be wiped clean. Genesis 13. I have set my rainbow in the clouds, and it will be the sign of the covenant between me and the earth. Not just with people, but with all living creatures. The dove returned to Noah with a branch of peace, and the ark opened into a world, waiting to be healed. So, that promise still stands, and in heaven it will be fulfilled. Not a single creature will harm or be harmed. Isaiah 65:25. They will neither harm nor destroy on all my holy mountain, says the Lord. Every animal that once made you tremble will now draw near with trust. Every creature once feared will be a companion. Every barrier between species gone. Harmony restored. This is not about pets. It's about partnership. It's about wonder. It's about the thrill of seeing the world as it was meant to be. Have you ever seen a sunrise so beautiful you couldn't speak? Have you ever stood in a forest and felt small? In heaven, you will feel that every day, but never alone. The stars will still shine. The oceans will still roar, but they will welcome you. And you will understand not as a visitor, but as a child of the same Creator. Psalm 19:1 says, "The heavens declare the glory of God. The skies proclaim the work of His hands." Heaven is not the end of the natural world. It is its renewal. The garden will bloom again, and you will run in it barefoot and unafraid. So when you think of paradise, don't imagine clouds and silence. Imagine this: a lion resting by your side, a bird singing from your shoulder, the breeze carrying a song older than time. And you finally home in the world God always intended. What if heaven is not a place to settle, but a place to soar? What if eternity isn't about staying still, but about going further? Have you ever stared at the stars and wondered, how far does it go? In heaven you'll find out, because in heaven you will explore. No more limits of gravity, no more aching feet, no more nights spent gazing from a distance. You will walk among galaxies. You will run across meadows of light. You will see what no telescope could ever find. Psalm 19:1 says, "The heavens declare the glory of God. The skies proclaim the work of His hands." But one day, you won't just read that verse, you'll live it. Every nebula, every shining ring, every planet and particle is a canvas of the Creator. And one day you'll touch the canvas. Think of the prophets. Ezekiel saw wheels of fire creatures with many faces, lightning flashing like living glory. See Ezekiel 1:4-28. He wasn't in a trance. He was seeing dimensions beyond ours. A glimpse of what is real, just hidden. John on the Isle of Patmos was lifted into the heavens. He saw cities of gold, rivers of life beings, radiant and strange. See Revelation 4-5. He saw a door standing open, and a voice said, "Come up here." Revelation 4:1. That invitation wasn't just for John, it's for you. In heaven, every "come up here" will become your call to discover. You will not float, you will journey. To realms of color you've never seen. To skies with suns you've never imagined. To worlds still singing their first notes of creation. And you will never grow tired, because wonder never wearies the soul. We often think heaven is static, like a museum, frozen in time. But Scripture says otherwise. Isaiah, "Behold, I will create new heavens and a new earth. The former things will not be remembered, nor will they come to mind. New heavens, new earth, fresh, vibrant, alive." God is not done creating. And in eternity, He invites you to witness it all. Maybe on earth you've been stuck in one place. Maybe your dreams were too big for this world. Good, because they weren't made for this world. They were made for His. A world where adventure is holy, where discovery is worship, where curiosity leads to worship, not confusion. In heaven, every step is a revelation, every horizon a hymn. Think of it, you flying with joy, laughing as stars race past, touching light that pulses with praise. You walking through gardens under alien suns, meeting creatures not of fear but of wonder. You learning the language of galaxies. And God, smiling, because He made it all for you to enjoy. He didn't need to make rings of Saturn. He didn't need to scatter diamond storms across Neptune. But He did. Because beauty is a gift and He is the giver. So when you think of heaven, don't think of a throne room only. Think of an open sky, an endless road, a voice saying again and again, "Come up here," and you forever answering with joy. Can you imagine sitting across from Moses, his eyes still fierce with fire from Sinai, his hands calloused from leading a nation, his voice slow, deep, echoing with wisdom forged in deserts and plagues and parting seas? Can you imagine asking Him, what was it like when the sea opened and He smiles and tells you, not as myth, not as memory, but as a friend? Because in heaven you won't just read the stories, you'll sit at the table with the ones who lived them. Jesus said in Matthew 8:4-11, "Many will come from the east and the west and will take their places at the feast with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob in the kingdom of heaven." A feast, Not a lecture, not a ceremony. A feast. Laughter, bread hands, passing fruit and wine. Stories told in firelight, eyes glistening. No hurry. Because in eternity, there is time for every story to be told and retold. You'll meet David, the poet king, still singing, still weeping, still dancing in worship. You'll ask, what did it feel like, facing Goliath? And he'll answer, it wasn't courage, it was trust. You'll find Ruth, gentle, strong, her arms full of harvest, her voice soft like fields at dusk. And she'll say, redemption always finds the faithful. You'll see Paul, eyes sharp, hands scarred, his words not harsh, but tender. And he will speak of grace as only one who once persecuted can. These are not legends, these are your family. In the Transfiguration, Jesus stood on a mountaintop, and beside him, Moses, Elijah, alive, radiant. See Matthew 17:1-3. Peter, James, and John saw it, and they were terrified, but also amazed, because heaven broke through, and the dead weren't dead, they were luminous. In that moment, the veil lifted, and Jesus showed us this is what waits. Moses was not lost. Elijah was not gone. They had just stepped into the next chapter. And one day you'll step there too. Maybe you've read Hebrews 11, the Hall of Faith. Names upon names, Noah, Abraham, Sarah, Joseph, Rahab, Gideon, Esther. They were not perfect, but they were faithful. And in heaven they will welcome you like long-lost kin. Because they are not just examples, they are your cloud of witnesses. Hebrews 12:1. Watching, cheering, waiting. And when you arrive, they will say, we've been expecting you. So think about it. Who have you always wanted to meet? Whose faith story stirred your soul? Whose courage gave you hope? In heaven, the line between past and present disappears. You will laugh with them, ask questions, share stories of your own, and they will listen. Because heaven is not about fame. It's about fellowship. And at that table, all are equal. All are beloved. All are home. What will it feel like to embrace someone you thought you'd lost forever? What will it sound like to hear their voice again, not in memory, but in music? In heaven, reunion is not a dream. It is a promise. There are arms waiting for you. There are faces longing to smile again. Not as shadows, not as spirits, but as bodies whole, laughing alive. They will run to meet you, and you will run to meet them. And there will be no awkward words, no need to explain time or loss. Just joy. Just the kind of joy that swallows sorrow whole. The Apostle Paul writes in 1 Thessalonians 4:17, and so we will be with the Lord forever. Not just you, all of us, together. That word forever is not about how long, it's about how close. No more separation, no more final goodbyes, no more missing birthdays or watching sunsets alone. Every hug that ended too soon will continue. Every conversation interrupted by death will resume. Every I wish I could tell them will become, I'm so glad you're here. Maybe you've lost someone, a father who prayed for you, a mother who sang hymns while cooking, a child whose name you whisper through tears. Heaven doesn't erase those memories, it redeems them. It fills in the silence with presence. It turns longing into fulfillment. It turns grief into song. Revelation 21. He will wipe every tear from their eyes. There will be no more death or mourning or crying or pain. That isn't poetry, it's prophecy. Your sorrow has an expiration date, but your love, it does not. So, imagine the streets of the New Jerusalem, bright with joy, filled with voices from every tribe, every tongue, and every story. You walk, and there they are. A grandfather waiting, a best friend smiling, a sibling you never got to know, a child grown radiant in glory, and you realize nothing was lost. It was only waiting. Do you remember Jesus at the tomb of Lazarus? He wept. Even though he would raise Lazarus moments later, he still wept. Why? Because love doesn't skip grief. It transforms it. Jesus wept, so you could one day rejoice. There is a table set in heaven where no chair is empty, where every seat is filled with someone cherished. And at the head of that table is Jesus, the one who makes every reunion possible. So don't fear death. Fear missing the invitation. Because heaven is not just about escaping pain. It's about returning to love. And that love, it doesn't end in a grave. It begins again in glory. You will hold their hands. You will hear their laughter. You will know this is not goodbye. It never was. It was always, see you soon. Have you ever dreamed of the perfect home? Not just a house, but a place that feels like you. Where every window holds light, where every room breathes peace. Where you walk in and say, yes, this is where I belong. Jesus said in John 14:2, "In my Father's house are many rooms. I go to prepare a place for you." A place, not an idea, not a symbol, a real home, prepared for you. Think of what that means. God knows your soul so intimately, your hopes, your tastes, your quiet longings, that He builds a place tailored to you. Not one size fits all, not a golden cage, but a space filled with His creativity and your joy. Imagine walking through the door. The handle fits your hand, the floors remember your steps, the air smells like memory and grace. You feel no fear, no hunger, no ache. Only this quiet assurance, I am home. And I never have to leave. Isaiah 65:21-22 speaks of this. They will build houses and dwell in them. They will plant vineyards and eat their fruit. My chosen ones will long enjoy the work of their hands. You won't just be given a mansion, you'll help shape it, not in toil, but in joy. Every wall crafted with intention, every color singing with peace, every garden alive with meaning. Because in heaven, beauty is never wasted, and labor never goes unseen. But that's not all. The Bible speaks of a city, the New Jerusalem, descending from heaven. Revelation 21 describes it, made of pure gold, as pure as glass, with foundations adorned with every kind of jewel. Streets that shimmer, gates made of pearl, walls built of jasper, sapphire, emerald, topaz, light without sun, because God Himself's its light. No night, no darkness, only glory, and within it, a place for you. Not because you earned it, but because you're His. Heaven isn't just up there, it's coming down, a renewed earth, a restored garden, a radiant city. And you will have a place in both. A country cottage by still waters. A bright home in the heart of the city. No rent, no repairs, no fear of losing it. Just belonging. Forever. Maybe on earth you never had a true home. Maybe you moved too often or stayed too long in places that didn't see you. But heaven will know you. And every corner will say, you are safe. You are wanted. You are loved. Because God didn't just save you. He welcomed you. And when you arrive, the door won't creak with hesitation. It will swing wide with joy. Because He prepared it for this very moment. So dream of your heavenly home, not as fantasy, but as the truest place you'll ever know. A place of peace, of purpose, of presence. And when your feet touch its floor, you will know, I was never homeless. I was only homesick. The city glows, but not with street lamps, not with neon or fire. It shines because God is there. The light is not around Him, it is Him. Revelation 21:23 says, "The city does not need the sun or the moon to shine on it, for the glory of God gives it light, and the Lamb is its lamp." This city, the New Jerusalem, is not a metaphor. It's your future home. And it gleams. Walls made of jasper. Foundations of sapphire, emerald, topaz. 12 layers each a jewel. 12 gates each a single pearl. And the streets, they're gold. But not gold as you know it. Not dull, not heavy. This gold is transparent, as clear as glass. Because nothing in heaven is hidden. Everything is true. You walk those streets, not as a tourist, as a citizen. You run your hands along the walls, each stone telling a story, each gem a reminder that you belong. There are no shadows, no dark alleys, no places you must avoid. Because where God dwells, fear flees. But here's the mystery. There is no temple in the city, no church building, no sacred section. Because the whole city is sacred. Revelation 21:22. I did not see a temple in the city, because the Lord God Almighty and the Lamb are its temple. You won't go to church. You'll live in it. You won't visit God. You'll dwell with Him. Every step is worship. Every breath is praise. The holy is no longer hidden. It is everywhere. And the river, it flows from the throne. Bright as crystal, winding through the center of the city. And on either side, the tree of life, its branches stretching wide, its leaves for the healing of nations. Revelation 21:2. 12 fruits, 12 months. A harvest that never ends. And every bite tastes like Eden restored. This is not fantasy. This is faith. A vision given to John, so we might know what is coming. He was exiled, alone, old. And yet he saw a city that will never fall, a kingdom that cannot be shaken, a place where the Lamb reigns and the people rejoice. And you are written into its walls. Your name is on its gates. Your steps are welcome on its golden streets, not because you built it, but because He prepared it, not for the powerful, but for the faithful, not for the rich, but for the redeemed. The world may crumble, cities may fall, nations may rise and disappear. But this city stands forever. And when you enter it, you won't gasp at the gold. You'll weep at the welcome. Because you are not a guest, you are home. So hold fast. You are not chasing fairy tales. You are walking toward the city of light, where no one locks their doors, where no one fears the night. And one day its gates will open, and you will hear a voice say, "Well done. Welcome home." Imagine a world with no wheelchairs, no white canes, no whispered diagnoses, no waiting rooms, no pain. Imagine a girl who never heard music now dancing to a song she can finally hear. A boy who never walked now running, leaping, flying. A man who was blind since birth now seeing color faces light for the very first time. This is not fantasy. This is promise. This is heaven. Isaiah 35:5-6 says, "Then will the eyes of the blind be opened and the ears of the deaf unstopped. Then will the lame leap like a deer, and the mute tongue shout for joy." This is what God says will happen. Not might happen, will happen. In heaven, healing is not a process. It is complete, instant, forever. Your body, the same body that once ached, broke, aged, struggled, will be made new. Not replaced, restored. Not erased, glorified. Every cell will be light. Every movement, joy. Every heartbeat, worship. You will never wake up sore, never feel the sting of injury, never dread the slow decline. Because in heaven, decay does not exist, only delight. Think of that. No more crutches, no more surgeries, no more pills or painkillers, no more waiting for test results with trembling hands. Instead, you rise like morning, you walk like music, you run like freedom. Isaiah 40:31 says, "But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint." In this life, we break. In that life, we bloom. Remember the man born blind in John 9. He sat in darkness his whole life, not because of sin, but so the works of God might be displayed in him. Jesus spat on the ground, made mud, anointed his eyes, and told him, "Go wash." He did. And he saw. He didn't just see trees and sky. He saw faces, emotion, light that touched the soul. And later, he saw the face of the one who healed him and worshipped. In heaven, you will see that face too, but with eyes that never dim, with legs that never stumble, with lungs that never fail. You will not grow old. You will not fall sick. You will not lose your memory, your balance, your breath. You will be whole, not like before the pain, but better, stronger, radiant, endless. Maybe you carry pain now. Maybe you limp in body or soul. Maybe there's a part of you that feels broken beyond repair. Heaven says otherwise. Heaven says, "I will make all things new." Revelation 21:5. That includes you. Every wound will be closed. Every scar kissed into glory. Every weakness turned to wonder. You won't hide your history. You will wear it like redemption. There are children who never walked. There are elderly who forgot their own names. There are wounded warriors broken in war and memory. In heaven they will rise like sunlight. They will run through fields of peace. They will laugh with no fear of tomorrow, because tomorrow will never steal anything again. And yet it won't just be physical. The healing of heaven reaches deeper, to the heart, to the soul, to the places where trauma made its home. Anxiety erased, grief quieted, shame unmade. You will no longer flinch, no longer guard, no longer pretend. You will be known and still loved. You will be seen and never rejected, because heaven is not a hospital. It is wholeness. And you will be you, fully, finally. You may wonder, will I recognize myself? Yes. But you'll also see yourself as you were always meant to be. Not defined by your limitations, not reduced to your struggles, but radiant with purpose, alive with glory. You will not look in the mirror and wince. You will smile, because now you reflect the image of your Maker with no distortion. And best of all, this healing is permanent. No fear of relapse, no return of the storm, no second diagnosis. Only joy, only strength, only forever. So if your body aches today, if your heart carries wounds unseen, hold on. A day is coming when pain will be past tense. And you will rise, not just healed, but whole. You step into the garden. The river sparkles beside you, clear as crystal, flowing from the throne of God. Its waters hum peace. They carry life. And there on either side of the river it stands, the tree of life. Not a symbol, a tree, real, rooted in eternity, reaching toward heaven. And it's waiting for you. Revelation 22:2 says, "On each side of the river stood the tree of life, bearing 12 crops of fruit, yielding its fruit every month. And the leaves of the tree are for the healing of the nations. 12 kinds of fruit, one for each month. A never-ending feast of life. You reach up, pick a fruit warm, fragrant, unknown to earth. You take a bite, and life floods your being. It's not just food, it's joy, it's light, it's healing that goes deeper than hunger. In Eden, the tree of life was guarded. A flaming sword kept humans away after sin entered the world. But in heaven, the sword is gone. The way is open, the garden restored, and the fruit is yours. No serpent lurks, no curse hides in the leaves, only grace, only glory. And this fruit, it nourishes more than your body. It nourishes memory, restores what time stole, softens what life hardened. You will taste and remember what it means to be whole, what it means to be a child at peace in a garden with God. There. Do you remember the miracle? When Jesus fed 5,000 with 5 loaves and 2 fish, they ate until full, and still there was more. That was a glimpse. But now you will eat from his table forever. No more hunger, no more scarcity, no more settling for less. You won't grab and guard, you'll rest and receive. You will eat not in fear, but in celebration. And the leaves, they hold healing, not for cuts and bruises, but for nations. No more war, no more borderlines, no more flags drawn in blood. One leaf, and every language sings in unity. One branch, and old enemies embrace. This tree does what no treaty could. It heals completely. Every month, new fruit. Not the same taste, not the same joy. Because heaven never repeats, it creates. Forever. You will never tire of the tree. You'll crave its next gift. You'll marvel again and again. There's more. Still more. Yes, always more. More sweetness, more wonder, more of God's heart in every bite. The tree is not fenced, not hidden in some sacred grove. It lines the streets of the city. It grows beside your home. It's part of your everyday. Because in heaven, the holy is not far off. It's within reach. You don't visit God's presence, you live in it. You don't attend a feast, you walk through one. And perhaps the greatest joy, you won't eat alone. Beside you loved ones, heroes of faith, people from every nation, laughing, passing fruit from hand to hand, telling stories, singing hymns with juice running down their chins. This is communion, not on a Sunday, but forever. You'll sit under the tree and know, this is what I was made for. To taste life, to share life, to never hunger again. Here on earth we eat to survive. Sometimes in joy, often in hurry. But in heaven you'll eat in worship. Every flavor will speak his name. Every fruit will declare his creativity. Every leaf will carry his peace. You won't just be nourished, you'll be filled. To the brim, to overflow, and you'll never lack again. So if today you hunger for more than food, if your soul is starving for beauty, meaning restoration, hold on. There is a tree. Its branches stretch toward you. Its fruit waits for your hand. Its leaves long to touch your story. And one day soon you will walk beside that river and eat and heal and smile like never before. Because life, true, endless, abundant life will finally be yours. You press your hands into the soil. It's warm, soft, alive. You drop a seed, and it answers. Before your eyes, a shoot, a stem, a blossom. It grows, not in struggle, but in joy. And you laugh. Not because you made it happen, but because you're part of it. This is gardening in heaven. Isaiah 65:21-23 says, "They will build houses and dwell in them. They will plant vineyards and eat their fruit. They will not labor in vain, nor will they bear children doomed to misfortune." In heaven, work is not punishment, it's pleasure. Labor is not weary, it's wonder. You will plant and see fruit. You will build and see beauty. You will work not to survive, but to celebrate. Remember Eden. Before the fall, Adam tended the garden. He named the animals. He walked in purpose. Only after sin did work become toil. Only after the curse did sweat sting his brow. Genesis 3:17-19. Cursed is the ground because of you. By the sweat of your brow you will eat your food. But now, the curse is lifted. No more thorns. No more futility. No more frustration. Just creation as it was meant to be. And you as you were meant to be. Imagine a garden that obeys, where every plant knows your touch, where water flows just right, where nothing spoils or withers or hides. You shape the land and it smiles back, not as master over it, but as friend. You grow grapes that taste like sunlight. You prune roses that never fade. You sculpt trees into beauty and shade. And not because you must, but because you can. In heaven there is time, infinite time, unhurried, unwasted. You don't rush through a project. You dwell in it. You savor it. There are no deadlines, only delight. Every flower you tend reflects a part of God's creativity through your hands. Every garden you grow is worship. And there's more. You build houses, not uniform, not assigned, but designed. Rooms filled with light, porches for prayer, corners for laughter. Maybe a vineyard in the back, a stream at the door, trees blooming in every season. You won't just live in heaven, you'll shape it. With joy, with vision, with love. Because creation didn't stop in Genesis. In heaven, it continues through you. And here's the miracle. You never tire, never grow sore, never hit limits. Your hands don't ache, your back doesn't strain, your heart doesn't dread another day. You wake with energy, you work with ease, you rest in joy. Because rest and work are no longer enemies. They are rhythm, a sacred rhythm. Imagine sitting under a tree you planted, its fruit in your hand, its shade on your face. You remember how it began just a seed, and now it feeds, it blesses, it sings of God's glory. This is what it means to enjoy the work of your hands. This is what Isaiah meant. This is what God promises. And maybe the best part, you won't do it alone. Beside you, friends, family, people from every tribe and tongue, building together, laughing together, creating together. Heaven is not isolation, it's community. You won't compare, you'll celebrate. You won't compete, you'll collaborate. Because in heaven, glory is shared, and beauty multiplies. So if work here exhausts you, if your hands are blistered and your soul worn thin, hold on. A day is coming when your labor will sing, when every effort bears fruit, when every plan finds shape, when every vision becomes real. And you will create, not out of need, but out of joy, not out of duty, but out of love. Heaven won't be passive, it will be purposeful, and your purpose will never fade. You step forward, heart pounding, and then you hear it, your name. Spoken in a voice that sounds like water and thunder and the gentlest lullaby. You look up and there he is, Jesus. Not in a painting, not in a story, not in memory or metaphor, but in glory, real, alive, radiant, and he is smiling at you. Revelation 21:3 says, "Behold, the dwelling of God is with men. He will dwell with them. They will be his people, and God himself will be with them." This is heaven, not the gold, not the angels, not the mansions, but this God with us, forever. You won't pray to the ceiling, you'll speak face to face. You won't imagine him, you'll see him. You won't wonder if he hears. You'll feel his breath as he answers. Can you picture that? Looking into the eyes of the one who never looked away from you, seeing the scars that saved your soul, touching the hands that carried the cross and carried you. Like Thomas in John 20, you'll hear him say, "Put your finger here. See my hands. Reach out your hand and put it into my side." And like Thomas, you'll whisper, "My Lord and my God," but with no doubt, only awe. In that moment, you'll understand something beautiful. You were never alone. Every tear you cried, he saw. Every prayer you whispered, he heard. Every wound you carried, he carried too. And now he welcomes you home, not as guest, as beloved, not as stranger, as family. You'll walk with him, talk with him, ask him questions you held your whole life. Why did this happen? What were you doing there? Did you see me when I? And he'll answer, with truth, with love, with stories only he can tell. And the answers won't hurt. They'll heal. Because truth in heaven is always wrapped in grace. You'll worship not as an obligation, but as overflow. Because how can you not? You'll sing with every nation, every tribe, every tongue. a great multitude standing before the throne, shouting with one voice, "Worthy is the Lamb who was slain." And you'll know this is not performance. This is homecoming. You'll raise your hands and feel the presence that once felt distant, now all around you, inside you, in every note, in every breath. There will be silence too, holy silence, the kind that holds everything words can't say. You'll sit with Jesus under a tree you planted, sharing fruit from the tree of life. And he'll listen, really listen, not just to your words, but to your soul. Because in heaven, he has time for you. There will be laughter, deep healing, shoulder-shaking joy. Jesus will laugh with you, tell stories, make jokes, delight in you. Because he's not a distant king. He's the friend of sinners, the shepherd who sought the one, the carpenter who built you a place. And now he shares it with you, not because you earned it, but because he loves you. Still, always. Maybe you felt far from him. Maybe you've struggled to believe. Maybe the world has shouted so loud you forgot his whisper. But in heaven there will be no noise strong enough to drown his voice. No veil, no doubt, no distance. Only nearness, only now, only forever. And here's the mystery. The closer you are to Jesus, the more yourself you'll become. Because heaven isn't escape, it's revelation. You will know him and be fully known. No masks, no fear, no hiding. Just love. So, you might think, will I deserve this? No, but that's the point. It's grace. Always grace. Jesus didn't prepare heaven because you were perfect. He prepared it because he loves you. John 14:2-3. In my Father's house there are many rooms. I go to prepare a place for you, that where I am, you may be also. That's the gift. Not just a place, but a person. Not just eternal life, but eternal presence. So when you dream of heaven, don't dream of crowns or streets of gold. Dream of Jesus, of walking with him in the cool of the garden, of sitting at his feet and never needing to leave, of looking in his eyes and seeing home, because he is the prize. He is the peace. He is the paradise. He is heaven. You look down at your hands, strong, whole, glowing with a quiet brilliance. You stretch your arms, no ache, no stiffness. You take a breath, full light alive. You step forward and your body obeys without resistance, without fatigue. And suddenly you realize, this is me, still me, but more. 1 Corinthians 15:42-44 tells us, "So it will be with the resurrection of the dead. The body that is sown perishable is raised imperishable. It is sown in dishonor, it is raised in glory. It is sown in weakness, it is raised in power." In heaven you won't float as a spirit. You won't dissolve into mist. You won't lose yourself in eternity. You will be raised, body and soul, transformed. Imperishable, glorious, powerful, real. Think of Jesus after the resurrection. In Luke 24:39 he says, "Look at my hands and my feet. It is I myself, touch me and see." A ghost does not have flesh and bones as you see I have. He walked, he spoke, he broke bread, he grilled fish on a beach. He was alive, fully, more than ever. And so will you be. So, you'll have a body but no pain, a mind but no confusion, a heart but no fear. You'll run without tiring, dance without restraint, laugh until your soul shakes. Not because your flaws are hidden, but because they're healed. Every wound closed, every scar redeemed, and yet you're still you. Same voice, same smile, same soul, but now radiant. Maybe here you've struggled with your body. Sickness, disability, aging, shame. Maybe you felt trapped in pain, in shape, in weakness. But in heaven there are no more mirrors that lie, no more scales that judge, no more comparisons that crush. You'll look at yourself and see what God always saw, a masterpiece, restored. You won't become someone else. You'll become the full version of yourself, what you were always meant to be. The you unclouded by trauma, unburdened by sin, unashamed, fully alive, fully seen, fully free. You'll move through heaven with grace and strength, not striving, but flowing. Not rushing, but rejoicing. Every step will feel right. Every breath will sing praise. And best of all, you'll never fear losing it again. No decay, no disease, no death. This glory is forever. So, remember Moses, whose face shone after speaking with God. Now imagine your whole body glowing with light because you dwell in the presence of God forever. You'll radiate His image, not in pride, but in peace. Not to impress, but to reflect. You'll be beautiful not by the world's standards, but by heaven's. And beauty in heaven is not comparison, it's harmony. Everyone shines. No one overshadows. And there's more. Your new body won't just restore the old. It will reveal the hidden. Gifts long buried, songs you never sang, strengths you never knew you had. Heaven will awaken every good thing in you. You will paint, dance, invent, explore, not to prove, but to enjoy. Because finally you're limitless, not like God, but fully human as God designed. You won't hide, won't pretend, won't perform. You'll walk through heaven as yourself, loved whole, alive, and others will see you and say, "That's who you are. I see it now." And you'll see them, really see. No judgment, no mask, only glory. Because heaven doesn't erase identity. It fulfills it. So if today you feel broken in body, in mind, in spirit, take heart. This is not your final form. This body is a seed. Heaven is the bloom. This pain is passing. Glory is coming. You are not fading. You are becoming. One day soon you will wake up and find yourself fully awake. Not in a dream, not in a hope, but in reality. And you'll say, "This is me. Finally. This is who I was created to be." And heaven will echo, "Yes. And this is who you are, forever." You turn round, and for the first time you see it clearly. Your whole life, every step, every stumble, every song, it's behind you now, not forgotten, but fulfilled. And before you, the gate, not iron, not stone, but light. It opens without force. It opens because your name is known. And you enter, not as visitor, as heir. Heaven wraps around you not like a place, but like a promise kept. You see it all. A lion resting with a lamb. A garden bursting in bloom. A city radiant with gold. A river clear as crystal flowing from the throne of God. You hear laughter not loud but full. You feel peace not passive but pulsing. You know you're home. And then it hits you. This isn't the end. It's the beginning. Not of rest, but of restoration. Not of idleness, but of intimacy. You remember. You'll explore a creation without danger. Sit with Moses, Ruth, and your grandmother. Design a home with joy. Not rent. Dance in a healed body. Taste fruit from the tree of life. Plant vineyards that never wither. Worship beside Jesus face to face. All of it. Real. And now. Revelation 22:3-5 says, "No longer will there be any curse. The throne of God and of the Lamb will be in the city, and his servants will serve him. They will see his face, and they will reign forever and ever." This is the final chapter. And the first. No more ruasa. No more darkness, no more delay. Only God, only light, only life. But let's pause, just for a moment. Because eternal life doesn't start when you die. It starts when you belong to the living one. Jesus said in John 17:3, "This is eternal life, that they know you, the only true God, and Jesus Christ, whom you have sent." To know him is to live. To trust him is to begin. So heaven isn't just about someday. It's about now. Every act of forgiveness is a rehearsal. Every moment of worship a whisper of eternity. When you choose mercy, you taste the kingdom. When you seek justice, you echo heaven. And when you believe in Jesus, you step onto the path that never ends. Your story isn't forgotten. It's folded into a greater one. Your pain isn't wasted. It's rewritten into glory. Your waiting isn't in vain. It's preparing you for wonder. Because every moment here is drawing you toward there. And when that day comes, when your name is called, when you cross that light, when you see his face, everything will make sense. Every why will fade into a greater wow. Every tear will fall into the hand that catches them all. So I ask you gently, what do you long to hear when you step into forever? Not the applause of angels, not the shout of victory, but one voice, one sentence. "Welcome home, my child, well done." Is that what you want? Because he wants to say it. He wants to know you now, here, today. And if you've walked with him in this life, you'll walk with him into the next. No fear, no shame, no separation. Only him and you. This isn't just a video. This is your invitation to trust, to hope, to begin. Not because you've earned it, but because he paid it. Not because you're good, but because he is. And he has prepared a place, a feast, a garden, a kingdom, and a moment just for you. When you arrive and he calls your name, and you say, "I'm here," and he says, "You're mine, forever." Thank you for walking this journey with us, from the first glimpse of heaven's beauty to the final promise of Jesus' eternal presence. We pray that these sacred truths have stirred hope in your heart, healed some silent ache, and reminded you that eternity is not far. It's already reaching toward you. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May his face shine upon you, and may his peace guard your soul as you wait for that day when faith becomes sight. If these words have blessed you, help us share this message of eternal life. Click subscribe so you won't miss the next story of grace and glory. And until we meet again, keep your eyes on the promise, your heart in the Word, and your hope in the one who is preparing a place just for you. We'll see you again soon, here or home.